these pictures that were taken earlier. Shaun, what is the update? What can you tell us?
One can hear me and take my live view shot. I am at the intersection of Creek View and Broadview, and I watched houses. I watched a two-story house collapse in front of me. I watched the house next to it collapse. I've talked to some city employees here in Balch Springs. They tell me all of these homes had wood fences, and the fences just absolutely fed the fire, and it grew and grew angrier and quicker and just swallowed these homes. I watched people with their garden hoses watering their lawns, putting water on the sides of their homes and on their roofs, trying to keep their houses damp and wet, hoping the fire will stay at bay. But the problem is we are standing, I guess, what would be on the north side, and the winds are blowing the embers, the smoke, it's all coming right at us. As you can see, if you're taking my live view or looking from the helicopter, you can see where the smoke is coming, and we're standing right there. I was 40 feet from the houses that were collapsing from the flames. And many people are evacuating, of course, not wanting to leave, but some folks have had to leave because their homes are so very close. I actually parked some blocks away and began to walk in to where I am now, just for safety's sake. And as you can see, it's over 100 degrees out here. The firefighters are exhausted and they're laying down, trying to recover. There are 4 or 5 agencies, I understand, here now helping Balch Springs battle what is right now a blaze that does not appear yet to be in control.
Yeah, and Shaun, we're taking a look at a ground view. This is the view that you are giving us, and that smoke is very, very thick in this neighborhood. In
fact, I was so close and it was so hot, my live view shut down. I had to back up just a little bit. It's very intense out here, and I'm talking the heat, the winds are blowing, the flames from the fire, the smoke at times so thick that you can't see anything. Your eyes are on fire, just burning from the smoke that's out here, and yet you feel sorry for these dear people who are some have lost their homes, and others are trying desperately to save their most important possession outside of their families.
Shaun, it's a heartbreaking situation. It's a horrible situation. The call has been put out for mutual aid from Balch Springs, so Dallas has responded, Mesquite has responded. There are 8 firefighters in Balch Springs on duty at any given day, so obviously this was so much more than they could handle by themselves, but we have seen firefighters on the ground doing the very best they can, and we see a woman right now who is carrying a person carrying some objects from their home. Evacuations have been made,
but what they can.
Yes, because this is such a horrible situation, and of course it was in the afternoon, so many people may have been at work, Shaun, not aware of what was happening in their neighborhood.
Exactly, and then unable to get in. That's part of the problem because the streets are shut off. There's fire equipment in many of the streets here. You see someone trying to turn down the street, and the firefighters and the police are turning them around right here in front of us now. This is the problem. I want to show you, and I don't want to get too close because I don't want my camera to overheat again, but if you can see, this was a 2-story home in front of me that's on fire right now. And it's a shell of the 2-story, 4,000+ square foot home that it was. And if you look I'm going to move a little closer and pan to the left. You'll see the next house here.
Yes.
It's 1 story.
Yes.
It's gone, and the house next to it, they're trying their desperate best to keep the vehicles and that house from going up.
And Shaun, we see people walking around with masks because the smoke is so thick, so they want to make sure that they can try to safeguard their health, make sure that they can stay safe. But this is such a difficult situation for the firefighters, for the homeowners. It's absolutely heartbreaking. We see that very thick black smoke. You're giving us a view of that. Homes still involved. The city is saying there could be up to 20 homes involved in this grass fire that may have started because there may have been some people who were, the city called it brush hogging, cutting grass behind these homes, and there could have been a spark from a grass mower that may have started this because the conditions are so brutally dry. We just haven't had any rain. 52 days, 51 days without any measurable rain. Shaun, you're going to continue to monitor the situation. You have one more thing you want to say?
Just the warnings that Dan Henry and our weather staff have been giving over the last few days about being very careful and not doing the kinds of things that we normally might do, especially in the heat of the day, when everything is so dry and it's so hot, and then you have the afternoon winds to go with that. This is what happens in a matter of minutes, and it's out of control. And in a matter of minutes, lives are destroyed.
Yes, and we are going to hope for the very best. Evacuations have been made, so we have not heard any information about injuries, and we're hoping that that will continue. You're going to stay on the scene and give us information as soon as you get it. Shaun Rabb live in Balch Springs.